Afternoon, everybody. Finally got my truck back. If you remember, I hit a deer back the end of July. We're in October. I just got it back yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday. Probably the day before yesterday. But anyways, the hold up was the body shop was full until mid-September, and then they got some wrong parts in whatever. I ended up actually ordering an aftermarket steel bumper replacement. I went ahead and had them put it on. I like it. So I'm excited. Got my truck back. I can actually pull my trailer, and we got some hay to deliver and everything. Check out what we're doing, guys. And I know tons of people have been asking about this thing right here. This is the squeeze. And if you see, I've got some steel pieces laying over here. You can't hardly see that one. It's about the same color as the squeeze there. I got some pieces cut. Got some pieces right up here as well. I pulled my truck out of here because I'm going to be doing some grinding. I don't like grinding around a vehicle. Get that grind dust on the paint and all that stuff. So anyways, I'm going to be doing some grinding. I'm going to prep these pieces. I got to cut me some more pieces to actually brace these to the actual arms. But I'm going to do a bunch of prep, and then I've got to go to a leadership meeting we have for the church. But hopefully I'll be able to get all these pieces prepped and determine exactly what I want to, how I'm going to attach them on here. And then I've got another update on this. So besides reinforcing and strengthening the arms, I'm actually going to add a piece up here to help hold the second layer of bales better. One of the things, and I knew I would have an issue with, it's not really a big issue, but if you carry multiple layers on that, which is the goal, the ones that aren't squeezed are just kind of floating up there, and since the layers aren't interlocked or tied together anyway, the top bales can fall off fairly easily. So this way, I'll at least be able to carry 2 layers without any concern of them falling off, and that'll actually make it more stable. If you want to carry a 3rd layer, then you only have 1 to wobble instead of having 2 or 3 to wobble. We're really kind of done with hay. I actually have a little bit I could cut. It's getting a little bit late in the year. If I could cut it now, it'd be all right, which it looks beautiful out right now, but in 2 days we're calling for rain. And we've just had some rain in the forecast, so I may not be able to cut any more hay. I do have another field I'm going to cut some off of. I don't consider it hay, it's just junk stuff. We're going to round bale it, get it cleaned off. And I'm going to be planting some wheat. Be renting that field. I'm going to plant some wheat. We're going to harvest the wheat, harvest the straw. I'm going to plant beans. Next year we're going to follow it with hay. We're going to be in hay for 4 years after that. That's the plan. Looking at a John Deere 700 today, guys. That is, I guess, right? Same as a Vermeer R23. Dad is talking to the guy right now, but we've been kind of looking into these a little bit. It's local to us. It's only about a 30-minute drive from Dad's house. So you may get to see us use a different rake next year, hopefully. It'll definitely do better than his rake. You've heard me complain about that one. It's got a nice alfalfa patch out here. Not real big, probably, I don't know, 5-6 acres maybe. Goes around the barn there. Maybe not even that much. Probably not that much because there's not much over here. But it sure does look good. Dad talked to the guy, and we're going to come back, I guess, Saturday and hook this thing up and try it just to make sure everything's good. He said we could take his tractor and do it, but we don't want to mess with that right now. We can't pull it home right now anyway, so we're just going to come back probably Saturday and check it out, and if everything's good, then we'll pull it home. Are you excited, Dad?
I think I am, yep. I'm not excited about spending a lot of money, but yep, I'm excited about having a rake that don't pick everything up off the ground and put it in a bale of hay.
And maybe doesn't clog up as much.
Yeah, don't clog up. I hope they won't clog up.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Time will tell. Maybe. Good girl. Morning, guys. this morning, I'm gonna load up my chainsaw and stuff. We're going over to Dad's. We're gonna look at that rake, and then we're gonna cut some firewood. I might cut some extra while I'm there cutting, but I'm gonna at least cut a truckload. So then whenever I come back, I gotta start getting some firewood for the wood burner for the winter. And honestly, that's not the way to do it. But I've been just so busy, I really haven't had a chance. But hopefully, this winter, we'll cut as we go and everything. And then once we stop burning, I'll keep cutting and stock up so that I can sit in there for a year and dry out and all that good stuff. All right, got all our stuff loaded. Ready to roll, Ginge? Okay, off we go. Look at that rake. The rake is a John Deere 700. It's a twin, I don't know what they call it, a twin bar rake. I just call them bar rakes, but a roller bar or something like that. I know roller bar is a New Holland term, but it's basically a Vermeer R23. And it is the older model. It does have the older style bearings from what research I've done. They don't last as long as the newer style, but whenever you replace them, you can replace them with the newer style. There are no structural issues with it. The frame is straight, no cracks, no repairs or welds or anything like that. Probably the biggest downside, apart from it saying John Deere on the side, because I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack personally from my friends and people I know, but I can just tell them it's not really a John Deere, it's a Vermeer. But besides that, it's a manual fold, which is not a huge deal, but I just know it would definitely be nice if it was hydraulic fold. I think overall it's going to be a positive change. The rake has to rake a better windrow, and hopefully, surely it'll handle a little bit heavier hay without plugging up like Dad's rake does. All right, guys, we got the rake. Got to visit with the guy a little bit, learn a little bit more about it. It's always interesting to meet new people. And I'm definitely not an extrovert. I'm an introvert, but I do enjoy meeting people that kind of have the same interests as me and everything, But it's amazing the different story that everybody has, kind of how they got to where they are now and everything. But so I'm leading Dad right now, and then I'm going to let him get in front of me once we get up here. Some corn here. IH. There she is. Probably won't get to use it this year unless Dad just wants to try it and he wants to bring it over and we'll run it on this one last field I'm gonna do. I don't know, he may have a couple fields yet that he's wanting to do. I don't know that. We'll have to see. Guys, so you see it here. John Deere 700, twin basket rake, twin bar rake, whatever you want to call it. Dad's going to get a jack because this jack's so tall, his truck squatted so much that can't get the jack on it. But it is manual fold. Yeah, Cade. And we'll kind of cover this when we actually hook it up to run it. But got a hydraulic cylinder here on these arms, and you actually pick these up off the ground with the hydraulic cylinder. But then once they're down on the ground, then you push them open. It's got some bars that swing over here and they pin right here. That's what I mean by manual fold. Then of course it is adjustable back here in the back as far as the width of your windrow. Okay, don't lose that pin. Cade's walking around with a pin for it. Which sometimes he gets caught up and lays it down somewhere, and then he doesn't know where he laid it. So here's the mechanism for spreading it. And then of course to adjust your height, it's got jacks. It's got a jack here, and it's got a jack on the dolly wheels up here in the front. These jacks here. So whenever you set this down, then it's setting on this wheel and then that back there, and then you can adjust this up and down and everything with those jacks. And of course it's hydraulic drive. The guy we bought it from, or the guy Dad bought it from, actually ran it on a 185 Alice. We'll cover it more when we actually start using it and everything. And I'm excited. I think Dad's excited. Can I see where Dad no-tilled some, I can't remember, turnips and hairy vetch or something like that, I think. Head back here to cut some firewood. You guys can see back behind us, Cade's on the four-wheeler with Pawpaw. They're pulling the splitter. We're gonna cut a truckload for me, and then we may end up cutting a little bit more while we're back here or something. Here's Dad and Cade with the splitter. Got a truckload of wood. Cut a little bit of extra here and split. This truck bed looks super short because it's got a monster toolbox in it. Takes up quite a bit of space, but there's still quite a decent amount in there because I actually stack it, and I stack underneath the toolbox, so it holds a decent amount. Don't look like a whole lot, but all right, Ginge, let's head to the house. Yeah, fork.
That's your fork, ain't it? That's just your size, ain't it? You done eating?
Oh, he's not done.
You wanting a drink? Dang. Can't get them out of there without tearing them up. These is for your daddy here. Here,
Are those good?
them's his.
Are those good, Cade?
You can eat all them.
Are those good, Cade?
Yeah,
Like miniature hot dogs. All right, guys. So I have begun the modifications to the squeeze, and that's basically just reinforcing my arms. Now, obviously, this side here is not done. Neither side's completely done, but this is what I'm doing. The bend was right here. We moved the weak point from here to here whenever I put that brace on originally. So now we've kind of made this thing like a truss. So we've added this here. So now basically to bend, it has to actually stretch this 4-inch, half-inch steel, or it has to kink this here in. And it's got these 2-inch walls here, and on the bottom I'm actually going to be welding the bottom straight to this. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I'm pretty sure I need to redo some calculations just to check, but I'm almost positive I don't even have enough force in my cylinders to be able to put enough force on this to bend it. So that's a good thing. I think what we're going to end up having is now the weak point is going to be this tube here and this tube here. So hopefully we don't do anything there, because that'll be a lot bigger deal to fix. So we're not, like I said, we're not finished. I got a little bit more welding right here to do, but that's pretty good. I don't know if it's going to actually come loose, but I want to fill this in up here a little bit. It's just where I had it, I really couldn't hardly get in here with the cylinder on here, and it needs to be further out so I can get my gun in there. But so that's what we're doing. Once I get the other side to this stage here, then I'll have to flip it up and I'm going to weld the bottom. Out here, you'll see I actually went a little bit past this, and that's because I determined that for two things. I wanted to offset these because I'm actually going to put a piece of steel in here, so it's a taper instead of having just a big blunt end right here. And so it was either go past it or stop short of it. I didn't want to stop short of it because we're already shorter than the bales. So I went basically about 6 inches past it. Now I'm gonna put a piece on angle here, and then whenever I weld that in, we'll grind that and kind of round this corner here, just so we don't have any really sharp corners to hang on the hay or bales or cut twine. Or I'll see you guys later. Or I mean, I'll be back. Get to the chopper! Beautiful sunny day. We did get some rain yesterday, and we were really thinking that we wouldn't be taking this load of hay today because of the rain, but the guy called Dad and said that he didn't really get that much rain. So pulling into Dad's here, and we're gonna get my trailer hooked up with the load of hay on it and get it delivered. Running behind because we didn't really know that we were gonna be going today, but that's all right. Need to get it off the trailer anyways. Straps, 2 straps down the middle, or not down the middle, but lengthways, and then one across the front. Lights working. Yep. Looks good. All right, everything's strapped and loaded. Ready to roll.
Don't jiggle.
Nope. Got my new bumper on here.
I think you're definitely sturdy there. If you hit them right down here, I don't think you're gonna hurt it.
Yeah.
You might tweak that a little bit to get one hard.
We'll see. It's gotta be better than the factory one. Okay, guys, just got unloaded. We had to come through a little 12-foot gate up there, through the yard, through this 12-foot gate. And you gotta pull down this hill, back through this 12-foot gate, into this little bitty opening, probably only 10 foot. They're finishing up right now, curing the rest of them. Had to throw the top ones off to get it in the building. As we made it back to Dad's, we stopped and ate some Long John Silvers. Yeah, I know, we don't make a huge habit of it, but it is good. Maybe not the healthiest option, but so headed home now. Dad went and got the wheat seed this morning because we didn't really know that we were going to take that hay down there, but it'll work out all right. Dad's going to go ahead and bring that on over to my house. I've got the forks at my house. Otherwise, we would have just loaded the pallet on my trailer and I'd take it home like that, but I've got the forks. So rather than unpacking the pallet and then having to unpack it when I get home, he's just going to bring it on over. I'll unload it and set it in my shop until we get the plant. Hang on the ball. Okay.